So far our programs have been using variables to store data. Variables can only store one item in the container at a time, and that item varies, but it swaps. It's still only one bit of data. Sometimes your programs need more bits of data in one container, and that's where arrays come in. So to demonstrate arrays, I'm going to create an array that's got a list of 4 superheroes, and then we're going to output picking one of those superheroes. So let's have a look. So in Scratch, we'd go to variables and we'd go to make a list. So list and arrays are kind of interchangeable. Python calls them lists, JavaScript calls them arrays, different programs call them different things. Scratch calls them lists. So if we had, so we've essentially got this variable container, and at the moment it tells you it's got no items in it. So I'm going to add. You see each time this length property changes. Now that's very handy because there are times when you your programs, you'll just want to say however many items are in the array, I want to use that number. So this list is kind of invisible and behind the scenes. So if we output the Avengers list, so that's outputting the whole list, but we might just want item, in this case, item 1, 2, 3 or 4. So if I said item 1 of Avengers is going to say Thor, item 3 is going to be Wasp. And then when we concatenate, you'll see how these fit in. So now from that array of 4 possibilities, we've output one particular one into a sensible concatenation. And of course that could change. Instead of being Wasp being the favorite, Thor could be the favorite. So now let's have a look at creating an array in Python. Now we use the square brackets to indicate an array. So essentially it's the same as when we declared a variable, except the square brackets tell us that it's got more than one item inside it. And so if we output the entire array, we get all of them. Now if we put square brackets and put in a number, now the key difference here is that in most programming languages outside of Scratch, it's a 0-based index, so it will be 0, 1, 2 and 3. So if I put in square brackets after the name of the array and put in say 0, I will get Thor. 0, 1, 2, 3. If I put in 3, I will get Doctor Strange, and if I put in 4, I get an out of range message. Now that I've picked one item out of that list, or one hero out of that list, I can concatenate that. So it could be 0, 1. Now the next step is that we can create a random number between 0 and 4 and have that randomly generate the item. So let's try that. is we would put that variable inside of there. But just before I do, I just want to check that it's actually working. So I'm going to print the value of this variable at the moment that is storing the random number, and just make sure it is choosing numbers between 0 and 4. Great. So what I can do now is, instead of hard coding 0, 1, 2, or 3 or 4, I can put that into there. And each time I click it, I get a random response. So let's do this in JavaScript now. So you can see the output is the same. So same process in JavaScript. This is how we generate a random number from 0 to 5. Store that in the variable called number. Here's our list of items in the array called Avengers, and we output Avengers, and instead of putting 0, 1, 2 or 3, we put in this number which generates 0, 2 to 3, and put that in as picking the number out of the array that we want. It will either be 0 or 1 or 2 or 3. Now, if we went out of range, JavaScript isn't as friendly as Python to feed back to us what the problem is, and our program wouldn't run, and we would have to look in the console to try to work out the problem. So that's a quick introduction to arrays. There's a lot of things you can do. You can add and remove items, but this is as far as I want to get for now to be able to make the applications that we're going to make using arrays.